Okay, so look everyone. Apologize for the delay as these things go. Would you mind shutting the door first? Thanks. So welcome to our second annual winter conference. We had the first one last year in Opera House. That was done fairly suddenly. I mean, we had a donation and we thought we could find a place, and we did. I think it went very well. We had a few presentations on Quranists Islam, some points to note, the types of Quranists Islam, etc. So that's why I thought, we'll start with a brief reminder of that day with a summarized presentation, as it were. So why Quranist Islam? And the answer to that is quite simply because Quranist Islam is not a sect. It's simply a mode of thinking which one does not actually need to sign up to. It's a matter of adopting when you find it expedient to do so. So, right. So you start with the diversity of Islam today. Islam, even though the media portrays it in a certain way, certainly if you look at books, Introduction to Islam and so on, you see Islam is almost looking like one thing, but it's not. People say, okay, what's Islam? And they say the 5 pillars, and Muslims do a certain set of rituals. They go to Hajj in Mecca and so on, and that is their religious identity. But that's not the whole of Islam. That is the overwhelming majority of Islam. Traditional Islam, Sunnism, and that is the most prevalent form of Islam. So by default, it becomes Islam, and we are not thus able to see any kind of differences. Indeed, differences are seen almost as a threat, and it takes away from that beautiful picture of uniformity which we don't really have. There are other forms of Islam which are Shiism, Sufism, I didn't mention here, like Salafism, Ahmadism. Some people say even Baha'is are partly Muslim because that's how they started. Some people say Sikhs are Muslim in that sense because Guru Nanak went for Hajj. Now, I don't want to disrespect them by insinuating they are not what they seem, but certainly Islam's influence permeates these other traditions as well. I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't. With Shiism, that started from the beginning. With the descent between those who followed Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of the Prophet. With Sufism actually is part of Sunnism and Shiism. It is simply the mystical element within the two paths. So the one thing which seems to be kind of sublimated at this point, or hidden, oops, I think we have some people. Just